What to do if your girl has had sex with your friend before you guys were in a relationship?
Well, if you had a time machine, you might be able to do something about it. But at this point, the only thing you can do is accept it. I mean, she's community property at that point. I mean, you can look at it. Hey, we're keeping it all in the family. We share everything. We're really close.
Well, maybe,
Because if you get butthurt over it and you create problems, it's not going to be a good look for you. Your friend is going to lose respect for you. And obviously, she's going to lose respect. And when a woman loses respect, she also loses attraction. And hopefully, it's not because he, ripped this dude off, or maybe it was an acquaintance, or because I had quite often talked to guys, and they're like, yeah, my wife was fucking my best friend, or my girlfriend left me for one of my close friends or my business partner or whatever. And those can be messy situations. It's bro code would be, hey, if there's chemistry, you should go and talk to your bro first and make sure there's no chance of a reconciliation and he's not, still hoping to get back together with her, because if he is and then you date her anyways, you're going to put your friendship in jeopardy. But if it's two girls that are in that position, then they'll screw each other over and ruin a lifetime friendship to get the guy.
Eskimo sisters. Woohoo!
Women are pretty ruthless about that. But men can be too. I think girls are a little worse.
That happened to me and my best friend. Like, we became friends after it, and I had like hooked up with this guy. This was like years before, and then like years later, she like hooked up with him, and I told her afterwards, and she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care." I was like, that was like a long time ago. I was just like, eh. And I was like friends with the guy still, but I was just like, that was it. We were just friends.
I think bro code and girl code.
To get back up.
No, I found out like later. We were friends before, and then I found out later that he was kind of a player and didn't really care. So I was just like, just so you know, y'all ain't getting in a relationship.
I think bro code and girl code are like definitely a big thing. You shouldn't break that. But unless the person's okay with it, you definitely should not break it.
Yeah, you girls are kind of ruthless. You don't really have a girl code.
No, I mean,
it's like everybody for themselves.
In my case,
like the same guy.
I mean, in my case, that was never the issue. I did have a situation where there was a guy that could have broken me up with my best friend, but we're very smart people. We're not going to let someone like that get in the way of our friendship, so we just never even bothered. But I guess it depends on the situation, and it depends on how the person handles it, whether or not they handle it maturely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever had a situation where a guy was like trying to hook up with both of us. That would...
Two for one. That's what they call a twofer.
I'm like, what the hell? But I have had guys that I liked, and then girls that were like in our like my friends were friends with the girl or whatever, and then she went and like hooked up with the guy that I was like seeing, and I was like, oh, well, I guess he just kind of like right in front of my face.
Damn.
And I was like, I was only like, I was like 20 years old, so it's like whatever.
Are those girls still your friends?
Well, the other girl, I'm not gonna say the girl's name. The other, like, I was friends with the girls, and I was just like, whatever. She's not attractive, and she's a hoe anyway. So whatever, have fun.
She belongs to the streets.
And she was a hoe, because she had sex with I had other guy friends that I hadn't like hooked up with, but she hooked up with all of them. I was like,
taking all your leftovers.
No, they were actually my guy friends that I seen like out in the like they were my guy bar.
Oh, so you hadn't hooked up with these dudes?
No, they were like my bartender guy friends, and like I would see them out, and like we all worked in like the club scene together. So it was like this girl.
Days?
No, I was.
Happy.
I worked at a club, and then so it was just like
bottle service girl.
I did like beer tubs and stuff like that, and she did cocktailing, and then I also was
beer tub girl.
I did like the contests and
Beach
stuff.
Club. You remember that place? There was one down.
No.
They were in South Florida and they were in Orlando. And I remember the one in Orlando. They had this school bus that was converted and it was painted all these funky colors and it had a big shark fin on top. And so on Friday night, it would go to downtown Orlando and you could hop on the bus and it would drive you all the way down to it was like where 535 was off of I-4 down by the Disney area. It wasn't like a short distance away, but you were like downtown and hop on the Baja Beach Club bus, and they would drive you down there, and they had like those giant tubs that I guess like horses drink out of or whatever. It's
Hmm.
full of ice and full of beer,
Yeah.
and they have real loud music, and usually have real cute girls that are fit, and they're in their bikinis dancing, because it's kind of supposed to be like a beach club type of thing. And I think they've all since gone out of business.
I used to do it for
It was there for a long
like
20
it was
years.
like a beach bar too, but it was like but it was not at the beach. It was just like in the like the this big area
I
where there
think
was
they were the
lots of
originators
bars.
of the big beer tub type of thing.
I don't know. I just sold it and then had my little calculator. I was like, give me some money.
Because I was in my early 20s, I went with a bunch of my buddies. There was one in Fort Lauderdale. There was it was like Coral Ridge area. It was like, I think it was Oakland Park Boulevard and Federal.
Where the
It was like
city
in the
bank is?
second floor. And I went there with a bunch of buddies, and one of the girls that I grew up with in my neighborhood, she was one of the beer tub girls. I hadn't seen her in like 10,
The city
10
bank?
years. Huh?
The one on the corner where there's a city bank now? That used to be a club. Cause
Well, it's in the where the mall is, and the the movie theater and all that. It
it's
was on
in that.
side.
Oh, okay.
It's like above where it used to be above where like the TJ Maxx was in the corner there or something.
Oh, okay. Because
It
across
was huge. It was a big place.
City Bank used to be a club. I can't remember what it was called, but Pete used to work at it. He used to
I think
be
there
a
was one in
security
Miami
guy.
as well. They were all up and down the state. It was pretty neat. I mean, they were around for a while.